Grandia 1. It's a game that came out like 20 years ago that barely anyone remembers because it hasn't gotten a new entry in the series since like 2009. And that game wasn't even part of the main series. Despite that though, this game still garners a small fanbase to this day of passionate people who really love this game, and that's really impressive considering this game on paper sounds like the most generic thing in the world. Oh yeah, a bunch of teenagers that go on an adventure to save the world, I totally haven't heard that one before. The premise isn't what Grandia is about though. You see, Grandia is like the My Hero Academia of JRPGs. It's a celebration of all the lovable JRPG tropes of the 90s, and despite staying true to that description, it still manages to innovate in a lot of core areas, mainly the combat system. It feels like in most modern JRPGs, we've either gotten rid of turn-based combat entirely, or just simply played it safe by only making minor changes to pre-existing battle systems. But that is not what Grandia does. It takes notes from all these games right here and makes some weird changes. Firstly, combinational spells. There's like a pool of 4 different elemental types that you can level up by reusing them over and over again. Yeah, just fucking spam those spells, you like that, huh? The cool thing though is that you can combine different spells with each other to get entirely new spell types. So if you want an explosion, you can have an explosion just by combining fire and earth. There's also like a million weapons in this game, with all their own individual class placements and damage outputs, and this might seem super complicated, but it really isn't. The game doesn't handhold you. It allows you to discover these systems via experimentation, so that when you do figure out how to do everything, you feel a real sense of accomplishment. That's the main theme of Grandia at work: discovery and adventure. You discover your way around the map. You discover different pathways that take you to different places across the maps, and it all feels like it combines together. Since the combat is so dense with information, you could either mess around so much that you discover every spell in the game, or you could just discover a few spells for each character and discover a few solid strategies with your limited moveset. You decide how you're going to play this game. It's all in your hands. This concept geniusly not only extends to party customization, but extends to the actual battle system itself. Most turn-based RPGs at the time either use some sort of, well, literal turn-based combat, where you select what your party members are going to do and then watch the battle itself play out, or they use something called the active time battle system. This is where you have a timer on your characters to make a decision, and instead of watching the battle play out, the monsters can actively attack you. Aw, fuck, Jesus Christ, don't attack me. Even though there is a wait option for the ATB in some games, that kind of renders it effectively useless, but I digress. When you start a battle in Grandia though, whoa! What the fuck is that? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Real-Time Battle Bar. The Real-Time Battle Bar is sort of like a combination of the 2 systems that I just mentioned. You have your little guys at the bottom, and whoever reaches the act part first gets to go. From what I mentioned earlier, you might be thinking, why wouldn't I use spells at this part? The more you use your spells, the more you can level them up. But Grandia does this great thing with the RTDBB called cancel attacks. So if one of your monster guys are after the act portion, you can just go, nope, sorry asshole, and take away their turn. It gives the battles a sense of weight, just like how the entire world has a sense of weight. This game is probably 1/1000th of a size of a AAA game, and it still manages to have a better sense of adventure than most of those. You have this cast of characters you can't help but root for throughout the entire story because all of them love adventure just as much as you do. And even if they have a lot of growing up to do because they're like 8 to 15, they still persevere even in the face of adversity. The color palette is so vibrant and inviting. You just want to see what the hell is in this world because of how gorgeous all the sprite work and animation looks, and to see those sweet, sweet cel-animated cutscenes accompanied by the music, which is nothing short of phenomenal. It constantly matches the tone of every scene, and every song has this infectious quality to it, where you want to go into the areas and walk around just to listen to the music. Some of these songs don't even sound like they're using real fucking instruments! Just listen to this song at the port. Bro, that's some boat horn shit. The intro song is a masterpiece. It starts with this ominous dark wind, but then builds up the entire thing by instilling a huge sense of hope and wonder. This sets up the atmosphere that the entire game goes through right to the very end. I give this game 1 million enchiladas out of 1 million tostadas. It's a crowning achievement and a complete display of what JRPGs could do, and for fuck's sakes, someone please make a remaster and an anime of this game already.